My wife, 45 female of 15 years, has betrayed me, 47 male, in the worst way possible. I discovered it several months ago. It wasn't the first time. We have a great life. She works as a nurse. We enjoy lots of activities together. We're both active in sports, fitness. Here are some other related incidents. 9 months prior to our wedding, my wife had a crush on a friend. That's what was described to me in therapy anyhow. She was acting differently, and that's how I found out and confronted her. Last year, my wife is acting very differently again. I feel like something is going on and can tell something isn't right with her. Our sex life is great, but she starts weird fights with me and projects a lot of trust issues on me. She's also acting very differently in many ways. I won't go into here. I discovered she lied about where she was on many occasions. I confront my wife, and all fucking hell breaks loose. I talked to the other woman. We were friends. My wife and I opened up to him. He knows my wife's history. I confided in him. I tell the other woman this, and she wants to cut communication. She doesn't want to hear it. Over the past several months, my wife has been trying. She acknowledges so many things, and we learn a lot about how child abuse has impacted her. Her mother is kind of an awful person. Being extremely negative doesn't describe it well enough. My wife copied that behavior. My wife takes responsibility for her actions, although she has pointed out my focus has always been on work and I spend too much time on it, which was somewhat true for several months. I still thought we had it so nice. She's threatened divorce many times over the past 5 years for arguments that should have been easily resolved. I couldn't even tell you the topic of 90% of those threats. Recently, our conversations turn into arguments when anything difficult comes up, almost like we are regressing. In the past couple months, she's threatened to leave many times. One time, she packed a bag and left it in the hallway, which is an awful thing she learned from her mother. She never left the house. It's as if I've become numb to hearing and seeing these things. I never cried much before this. I cried when my mom passed. I cry for sad movies, but can't say I shed many tears. I cry like a baby now. My tears flow easily now. Anything can trigger it. My wife said my recent crying makes her feel awkward. She never saw much of it until this. Do I want her to change? Yes, but I realize I can't change her. She owns that. But I feel like I'm constantly dealing with a very difficult person and tiptoeing around to avoid setting her off. It's possible. Likely she will never change. If I leave, I feel like I'm guaranteed to fuck up my kids. My youngest would know nothing else. Sometimes things are actually good between us. We have fun together. Our family has fun together. We work out together. Then the inevitable happens and she blows up over something, unable to handle her emotions. I like to see the good and the bad, so let it flow. I'm going with the professionals on what to do for now. The mental health pros are not advising me to bail. Actually, neither did the lawyer at Separate Together. Again, she is trying. If she refused therapy, it would be different. If she kept in communication with him, it would also be very different. But gosh, you all make some very good points. I was prepared for the negative internet comments. I would suggest stepping up your game, but this post is only a few hours old, so I'm sure there's more coming. Some of you are very insightful and empathetic. It's impressive. I'm aware of the once a cheater, always a cheater philosophy. Again, I'm going with the advice of the pros here. I asked my kids tonight, how much do mommy and daddy fight? Answer, not much. Maybe every few weeks. Our kids are generally happy. We don't have an unhappy household. But yes, dealing with this does wear on me at times. I have the stones to leave if that's what it comes down to. I'm not the type to give up easily. All hope is not lost yet.